Welcome back everybody, Matty here. We got the whiteboard and today we're talking about biceps. Alright, so we're going to go over a few quick, simple things. The anatomy lesson, we'll keep that short and to the point. I'm sure you aren't interested in that. You want to know how to get bigger arms. But the first thing I have to say is you cannot determine the shape of your bicep. That is genetically predetermined. I know you want that big, round peak. You can't change that. Train for maximum growth, progressive overload, and incorporate different exercises in order to get the most out of your biceps training. And I'm going to talk about how to help you with that today. So let's get the anatomy out of the way first. You have your biceps brachii. Biceps meaning two, so you have the long head and the short head of the muscle, which are responsible for two major things. Elbow flexion, which is this movement, and also supination, so turning your palm facing up. Think about holding a cup of soup. That's how you remember supination. Now, it is also a weak shoulder flexor, but don't worry about that. We're not trying to confuse you here. We want to keep things simple. Next up, you have your brachialis, which is not responsible for supination or pronation, your palms facing down. So its mechanical advantage is in this neutral or hammer-like position. And lastly, you have your brachioradialis. In this function, when you're pronated like this, doing something like a reverse curl, you lose mechanical advantage of your biceps, since a major function of your bicep is supination. So we're going to talk about some exercises you could do to maximize growth for your long head and short head, your brachialis, and your brachioradialis. All right, so we talked about the function of the bicep. Now let's put it into practice. One of my favorite exercises, standing alternating dumbbell curl. Now I like to do them one arm at a time. You can do them both arms at the same time. It's all personal preference. But what's important is to focus on supination, which is a major function of the bicep. So a lot of times you see people do this when they curl, and they're missing out on this part of the movement. So when you're curling, bring that weight up and turn the pinky outward to get maximum contraction on that bicep. So if you're doing them one arm at a time, you're gonna come up, turn the pinky out, and then slowly back down, and repeat with the other arm. Up, turn the pinky out, back down, and control throughout the entire range of motion. Squeeze the bicep at the peak contraction, let it down slow. Again, focus on turning that pinky out to get maximum contraction on that bicep. All right, so since we talked about the biceps brachii, the long head, short head, elbow flexion, and supination, let's talk about the brachialis, which is not responsible for supination or pronation. The neutral grip or the hammer grip is actually the direct line of pull. So with something like that, you're going to do a hammer curl. So your hands are going to be facing each other, and you're going to perform it the same way you would any other curl, but not focusing on twisting the pinky out or anything like that. So all it is you're coming up, full contraction, back down, and controlling the negative, and that will be working your brachialis muscle, adding size and thickness to your biceps. So again, up, squeeze, hold, back down, control. And again, if you want to use a little bit of momentum, that's fine. If you want to do two arms at the same time, that's fine. The most important thing to focus on is keeping your hands in that neutral or hammer grip. All right, so we talked about the long head and the short head of the bicep, the brachialis. Now let's talk about the brachioradialis, which is most activated during the pronated position or with your palms facing down. Typically, you'll see this done as a reverse curl. So when you're grabbing the bar like this, your biceps are at a mechanical disadvantage because you're not taking advantage of supination, which is a major function of the biceps. So to hit that brachioradialis, you want to grab a pronated grip or a reverse curl and simply curl like you would any other curl, but again with your palms facing down. Control the weight down, up, squeeze, hold, and back down, up, squeeze, back down. So what'd you guys think of that? This is something new that I'm thinking about starting on the channel, where we hit up the gym after hours and do some exercise tutorial videos and explain various muscle groups. If you guys are interested in this style of video, where we're going over some basic anatomy and giving you some exercises that you can incorporate into your training, feel free to click that thumbs up button and leave some comments below about some other muscles that you would like to see in future videos. Like I said, there's a lot more where this came from, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. So if the demand is there, we'll get it done. So as always, thank you so much for watching. In case you missed the previous video, it's playing right there on the screen. You can open that up and it will play in a new window. If you want to join the free VIP list or apply for my one-on-one online coaching, you could do so right here on this screen by clicking either of those two boxes. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so before you go. So thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you all in the next video.